Hi, it's Kevin with Patient.dev, and we are going to continue our series on common myths about the FHIR APIs. Now, if you're a developer, you may not think this myth is that particularly interesting, but in my experience of talking to startups, CEOs, health information management people, they don't get that the FHIR APIs are not apps. It is assumed that sometimes that what you're talking about when you say that you use FHIR is that there is this app called FHIR, and somehow that's what needs to be connected um, to the electronic health record. And the fact of the matter is that FHIR APIs are not apps. The challenge is how you explain this to people who think that APIs are apps. To a developer, we interact with APIs all the time, and it's very obvious to us that APIs are not apps. So the way I like to do this is to compare the APIs to utilities, like power and water. So the electricity, the grid, gives a bunch of different um, inventions the ability to operate, such as a light bulb, a computer, a washer, a dryer, a Roomba. It is the electricity that is making those end applications work, right? In the same way, the FHIR APIs are giving the data which makes apps work. So one way to explain this is to go to api.weather.gov, as everyone knows the weather, and pull up a station that happens to be by this person. And if you scroll down, you will get the current temperature, which at this point in time for Washington, D.C. was 12.7 degrees centigrade, which is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is the API. This is what's coming out of the API. But if you show them dark sky, which is a visualization of that data, it is saying 54 because it's probably rounding down. NBC4 saying 55, and AccuWeather is saying 54. So these apps, although I never made them, I'm pretty sure they're all hitting the same weather.gov API and getting the data out. And it is that underlying utility function of the APIs and that they give this data to these apps that distinguishes apps from APIs. So APIs are the electricity that powers apps. It is the utility that powers these apps. And that is one way to explain it to people who have this myth about the FHIR APIs that they are somehow apps. So thanks for listening to this, and please check out our other videos in our YouTube channel.